Okay, it looks like Streamlabs is live. Let me just log into my YouTube account and I'm going to drop a link in the Discord. So there we go, let's get a key. Sorry, it's late where I am. I'm a little bit tired, so this might not be the sharpest program in live stream. So I'm just going to drop the link in the Discord there for anyone who's a member of the private Twister Discord. So I'll show the progress I've got so far. Let me just toggle some of these options. These can become disabled. 3D render enable. Data views disable. There we go. So any of you who've watched Twister before, you should recognize this screen. So this is the famous 3D visualization that you see. I've just realized the cube has gone missing. 1 second. So in the final scene, they finally managed to deploy Dorothy, the sensors go up the funnel of this massive F5 and start radioing back information. And you see a visualization which looks very, very similar to this. I've managed to recreate a lot, like I found the exact font that's used in the movie. I've got the same colors, everything blinks at the same interval as it does in the movie. So this is the first screen, so this is the 3D render screen. And I don't know if this will show up on the stream, but if I hit the M key, you'll hear that. So that is the sound of radio teletype, which is a method of transmitting data. So you can toggle that because it gets very annoying very quickly while you're trying to work on it. You've got that bleeping away in the background. So this is the 3D render screen. There's also, I'm currently working on the data view screen and then the telemetry screen. So I'll just show a few of the features I've got in this. If you hit the different F keys, so if I hit F1 for example, it'll generate an F1 tornado. And if I keep hitting F1, it'll generate tornadoes of different shapes. So got more of a cone there, had a stovepipe before. It generates different shapes. F2 generates a slightly larger tornado. F3, F4, and finally up to F5. So that's this screen, and I'm in the middle of working on there's another screen that you also see in the movie which has a top view and a side view. So let me toggle these. So toggle the main camera off, enable the side and the top view, disable the 3D render canvas, and I'll put the data views on. So this isn't complete, this is what I'll be working on tonight. So you see you have your side-on view of the funnel and the top-down view as well. And there's several things which need to be added, like this font size isn't correct and the scale's all wrong. These buttons need to blink, these need to count up. So I'll be fixing all that tonight. So I'm going to start with this text box. So that is the black box controller. Apologies, this takes a little bit of time to load up. So this is the text that you see in the movie, so I'm going to be recreating this, so this needs to scroll by. I was going to combine it into the same controller that's on the first screen I showed, the 3D rendering, but I think the code's going to get a bit messy. So what I'm going to do is copy everything here to here. And create a new class. So we'll call this is the planar view, so, or data views, let's be consistent. Data views, black box. Oops, I've managed to somehow launch two separate instances of Visual Studio at the same time. Bear with me 1 second, because that's going to be an absolute RAM hog. Okay, so I'll just replace this and then I'll start refactoring the code. So that was the previous logic. Need to add the UI. Okay, don't need that anymore. Line update time, I believe, is the same. The maximum number of lines is different. On this screen, you have 6 lines instead of 8, and then we have a different sequence of strings. So this code's not particularly complicated. There's no doubt better ways of doing this and design patterns within Unity that I'm not aware of. What I do is I keep a timer which just increments between each frame, keeps track of the time, and each time a quarter of a second passes, it will then increment this counter, and this counter tells you which line to output. And then outputs just the last 6 lines, so it saves each line separately in an array, or a list technically, and displays the last 6 lines. So what I need to do is go on the black box controller and just get this comment here, which has the lines in that we'll be using. Data views black box. So let's put this here. Indentation went a bit wonky there. Okay, so it looks like it should start here, scroll down, then incoming data followed by relative x coordinates. So let's start with the quite simple 6 dashes. Actually, we've already got this, so the 6 dashes, that outputs on counts, that'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 0, 12, and 15. 0, 12, and 15, so let's just fix that. 0, 12, 15. Okay, so that's the lines, and let me just fix this so it actually looks so it'll be the same order that'll output it. So receiving real-time incoming data, setting side elevation, groups compiling, dashes again. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's just double check that. 0, 12, 15. I'll be double checking a lot of things since I'm a bit tired, so might not be the sharpest right now. So black lines output 1. It changes from linking real time to receiving real time. Followed by incoming data. By setting side elevation. Then after that, it looks like it takes 2 from each group. So what I can do is apply a little bit of logic here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we subtract 3, that's getting complicated though because we need each of those. Let's just do it the simple way for now. Let's get it working and then we can make it neat. So receive in real time, followed by incoming data, followed by setting side elevation, and then if black lines output equals 4, or if it equals 5. So this is going to be quite straightforward. It'll say group 1 followed by 2 random letters between A and F. And I already have the code to select a random letter from a group. That should be within the black box controller. Oh no, it'll be the predictions scroller, I think. Here we go. So the sensor labels, I'll just copy that and drop that in here. So it says group 1, then it's followed by a random letter. So what we're going to do is say, how did I do this again? Forgetting how I managed to do this last time. So it's fine, where do I use sensor labels? Okay, there. Pretty straightforward. Just index it as an array. So group 1, then it'll be some random letter, followed by a period, followed by some other random letter, followed by a space in the word compiling. There we go, so that's if it's 4 or 5. I should be able to delete the rest of these, except that one for the dashes. We'll be reusing some of this code, the relative x coordinates, nested multiplex signals, etc. But we won't be doing y or z because you don't see that in the movie on that screen. So 405, I guess it'll be group black lines output minus 3, and then we'll convert that to a string. Oh wait, they'll all... No, it won't be. No, this is wrong. Sorry, overcomplicating things again. Group 1. 405, followed by, I guess what we've got to do, 6 and 7. And as soon as I'm copying and pasting code here, I know I'm doing something less efficiently or less clean than it could be. So 6 and 7, and that becomes group 2. 8 and 9 becomes group 3. And 10 and 11 become group 4. So there's probably some clever way of mapping this so you subtract the difference and do something with like the modulo operator, and then you get the nice group number. But integer division maybe. So 4 and 5 map to 1, 6 and 7 map to 2, 8 and 9 map to 3, and 10 and 11 map to 4. It's a bit late for me to figure that out right now. So there, we've got the random compiling, we'll have the line, so that takes us from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So number 13 should just be a new line. I don't even think using the this keyword is even necessary. 13 was it? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 13. Simply say output lines dot add, and then I'll just add an empty string there, and then I don't know why I'm saying plus equals 1. That is my Python's my primary programming language that I use the most, and that's the Pythonic way of doing that. 13, so there we go. So 13, so 14 will be incoming data again, so I guess equals 2, or this equals 14. Avoid taking care of that, then we've got the relative x coordinates, so that's 14, so 15, 16, and 17. So that should show up on 15. That should show up on 16, we don't need any of these other counters. And 17. Okay, and then if it equals 18, I believe, then it should reset because there should be 17 lines. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh no, once it goes up to 19. I'm missing something here. 0, you output that line. 1, we've got. 9, 10, and 11 take you to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And the dashes. The last set of dashes are at 15. Then at 16. Okay, I've counted something wrong here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then incoming data at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Have I typed something wrong here? Yeah, I have. I've miscounted somewhere. 16, 17, 18, and then if this equals 19, we'll then reset. So let's look at how that looks now. Let's make sure I've set my references correctly. Need to actually add my script to it. So black box controller. Wrong one. I've already got that. We need the data views black box controller. Why is the text field not showing up? Public text black box. Why is the property not showing up? There should be an option here to select the text box. Hello, Thor and Killer. You see, you can barely hear me. Let me adjust my audio. It's already set to the max setting as well. Is there a way to see? Streamlabs just updated. It just updated a few. I don't know. I don't think the desktop value should affect it. Just updated before I ran this stream, so I wonder if it's not amplifying correctly because I've got it set to the max setting. Let me check my microphone settings. There's usually an option to there should be an option somewhere to set the, what do you call it, volume mixer. You can like amplify the microphone. You can amplify the input. Open sound settings. Might be that. Device properties. No, it's not that one. It was like an advanced option. Sound control panel. Here we go. Recording, microphone. Oh yeah, look at that. That's really quiet. Okay, properties, levels. I've got the microphone boost set to 30 decibels. What's going on here? Or is this the problem? How is this now? Any better? Okay, hopefully you weren't wearing headphones, because if that worked, might blow your eardrums out. Let me drag the volume down a bit, so hopefully that's better. So there's something going weird with my data views black box. If I imported the wrong thing, let me just try this. Unity Engine UI. Let's delete that. I'll then get an error. I can use UnityEngine.ui. So yeah, there should be a public text box called black box. Okay, I'm going to remove that. Remove component. Gonna add it again. So got viewpoints. Black box controller here. See, it has this property called black box. Maybe it's because it's got the same name as something else. Trying to figure out what the issue is here. Black box. Oh, thank you. It's good to know the sound's coming through properly now. So black box. Maybe if I just change this to scroll box, because the text scrolls through there, and hopefully if I go to here, it'll recompile. So usually when I edit something, let me try something here. Save the scene. I accidentally managed to open two Visual Studios before, and usually what happens is each time I hit save, it'll automatically recompile the script and update Unity. And I think when I opened two before, it's messed something up. So hopefully, public text scroll box, that should create a load of errors because it's going to be trying to update the wrong thing. There we go. Scrollbox.text, and then we'll also need to import. Did the script have errors? It might not import properly if the script has errors. String, yeah, using system. Okay, that might be the issue. If I had missing imports, then it's not going to work. So we should be able to preview this now. So there we go, recompiled. So if I go plain, data views black box, still not showing up. Maybe I need to reset this. Move component, and then I'll click and drag that up to there. This is starting to get annoying. I must have broke something when I copied and pasted it. Data views black box. Okay, I'm just going to add another thing. Public text. Let's call it random. Why this isn't showing up, I don't know. Literally didn't have any issues with this until I started trying to stream. Oh, wait, random is an ambiguous reference to Unity. Okay. Because I'm creating script. I think it's from a choice of names. Right. There probably isn't anything called that. Okay, let's clear these out. Why is Unity acting like this? Right, let's remove the script. Remove that component. Okay, project. Data views. Trying to get to the fun stuff of actually seeing things move around. And Unity's just not wanting to play along. I can't seem to clear these. What happens if I try and run it? All compiler errors have to be fixed. Unity engine.random and system.random. That's annoying. That's right. Okay, let's be specific then, using system.string. Alright, let's just take that out altogether then. And we'll have an error down here. Let's use the most specific import that I can, system.string. Alright. Compiling, reloading. Here we go, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Now I just need to remove that because that was just a thing to see what was going on. Sorry, that should have been obvious. There's much bigger difference between programming in the morning and programming at 20 to 11 at night. So now I just need to set the reference to that text box there so it'll update the text in there. So data views, no, plain, scroll box, black box, data views, 2, let's see. There we go. So the text is scrolling like I want it to, but it's obviously all the wrong size, so let's fix that next. So the size I used for the other one, see, Courier Bold, 18 point. What's this one set to? Courier Bold, 18 point. Because it doesn't look like it. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Let's move that anchor point up to there. Let's try again. I don't know what's happening there. So that's working fine. In terms of scrolling, what's the scaling with? So it's fine when it's scaling. It's not scaling. Let's check if the original one had that issue. So let's just put that on. Take this one off. The camera's going to be a bit messed up. So linking real time, blah 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 blah. While doing it, pause. I know that's scaling fine. So there must be something I've done with that text box which I've forgotten to do with the other one. What I'm going to do, let's just delete the text box. We're just create it from scratch. So UI text, and I'm going to call it data views black box. I'm going to move to here, stretch it like that. Move the anchor point to the top left corner because that seems to work best for scaling things. Set the font to Courier Bold 18 and font style should be bold. Then I just need to reset that reference. So here I would have broken that reference, so I set the scroll box to that. Yeah, let's see how it works now. It knows I'm streaming, yeah, it does. Actually, everything works until you go to show someone. And now nothing's showing up at all. Data views black box. Oh, it probably is, but I've set the text color to the same as the background color. Let me just get what's the color of the text. No, not what I wanted to do. Undo that, please. Undo. What's that color? Just copy the hex code for it. Data views black box. There we go. Create bold 18 point. Let's take the text out of there and then set the color. Save. Hopefully better performance now. Let's see what happens if I maximize it, because that's not necessarily a problem. I just need to find the right font size. It's only if it actually want to maximize it. This is tricky. So it's not wanting to play ball when I'm maximizing, because obviously I want this to be as compatible with as many screens as possible. So let's have a look. Custom, rotation scale. Oh wait, something I need to set on here. I've remembered. UI scale mode, scale with screen size. There, constant pixel size. There we go. Reference solution is 1920 by 1080. Okay, that was the problem. 99% sure. Okay, so it's scrolling like it should be, but now you can only see the last 3 lines. What happens if I maximize again? Okay, it's staying the same, so if there's any problems, it's to do with... I've got an idea. Let's see. There we go. This needs to... Because I've changed the scaling mode. Okay. This needs fixed. So let's do that. And we should hopefully get... If I've done this right, we should get 6 lines of output scrolling by every quarter of a second, just like in the movie. Fingers crossed. There we go, and now it's scrolling by. Now, let's test it. I'll maximize it as well. And it's still working. Okay, so that's that bit done. The next things I need to do are to get these data cycles and set run counters incrementing. I've already got the code to do that, so it's just plugging it in and setting the text boxes to the correct location again. So what I need to do is, I've already got the script. Viewpoint script. Now I'm trying to remember where I put that script in. Here it is. It's in the real-time Flash script. Data cycles and set run. So I'm just thinking how the best way to reuse that code. So the real-time Flash script, you can see that. Yep. So essentially what it does is it selects a random number, so between 0 and 23 for the hour, between 0 and 59 for the minutes and the seconds, and then just increments them makes them reset to 0 when they overflow, and then just outputs it to the screen. Data cycles and set run. Maybe what I can do is just set separate data view data cycles and data view set run. Okay. Now just where I set it. I say experienced Unity programs are probably shouting at me right now. I always have a good feeling that there's better ways of doing this, but this is what I've been able to piece together with the self-taught Unity experience. So data view data cycles and data view, because the benefit of doing this is when you switch screens, the time will stay the same. It won't generate a new random time when you switch screens. So that's saved. So we'll get 2 extra boxes here, and we'll need to set the reference to these. Well, I need to create the text boxes, and then we'll just set the reference to that. So data views. So we're going to create new text, 2 new text boxes. So we've got data cycles and set run, and UI text. Data view data cycles. Where is that? It's here. Up to here. And come on. Go. So let me just look at which font I used. I used size 26 for the data cycles on that. So let's get the right font. Set it to bold, size 26. And let's clear that text box out. Try my best to center it in here. And that's going to go there. So let's set the reference to that. I'll probably start getting null reference error. So let me just create another text box where I could do data view data cycles, and then we'll rename that to data view set run. So we can drag that along, and the anchor point as well. Make sure the anchor point isn't somewhere silly. Yeah. Don't know why that's not letting me move it. There we go. What were the colors I used? So it was red, but I think it's just black on these screens. So plain. We'll go down to here, data views, data cycles. We'll set that, and data view set run. Nope, wrong one. Okay, we should have those ticking up now. So we'll just choose a random time to start at. So those are working, but obviously the time's in the wrong place. Does it shift around when you resize it? No, so that's good. You don't want it to shift around when you rescale. Let's need to figure out why the text. Because gotta click that and that. Here we go. Do the same here and here. That should be it. There we go. So now we've got the times ticking up. Got both views, and we've got this scrolling by. How am I doing on frames per second? It's about 24, but I'm imagining that's because I'm streaming at the same time. There is a lot I can do to improve the performance on this. Right now I'm trying to get something which looks good and works reasonably well, and then I'll try and optimize as much as I can. Like for example, I'll probably make a settings screen where you can choose the frequency that the new sensors are created, what the maximum number allowed is, and different things like that. So you can tune it to your system's. So you can tune it to your system's performance. If you've got a low-end system, you can have fewer, which create fewer and have fewer on the screen, or create more. But there should be ways of increasing the performance of this. So we've got the key parts here. The next thing is to actually make the real-time button flash and the data views button flash. So for that we'll need to jump into Photoshop. So there's 4 different states this screen can be in, so I'll just explain what we're doing here. Come on, minimize please. Yeah, I'm really putting my laptop to the test. It's only got 8 gig of RAM and I'm streaming, have Unity running, and now I've got Photoshop open, and they're all very memory intensive. There we go, it's loaded up. So, in the movie, this blinks, I think it's every quarter of a second, the real-time button, and the data views button blinks once every second. So, you've got this one state where they're both on, one state where it's just the red button and not the data views button, one state where it's just the data views button but not the real-time button, and a 4th state where neither of them are on. So what you need to do is generate 4 different images for each of those states, and then I've already got a script which will toggle between them. So let me show you that. So this is the design in Photoshop. So what I need to do, I've already got the view with them both on. So let's change the real-time one first. So that becomes that. Are they lined up correctly? Yeah. What I'm just going to do, I'm going to line these up quickly. Oh, the system's struggling. It's struggling. I want to select that and that. And we just want to line them up. So click that and that. There we go, moved it slightly. So this will be the orange only view. So I'll export this as a PNG. So we'll say double view orange only. Next we'll do it the other way around, so we'll reset this. Oops. Yeah, just gotta put the file. So we'll reset this back to how it was. Right, let me just do it manually. I was trying to save time there by pressing Ctrl Z a bunch of times, but it's not wanting to do it. Okay, we'll put real time back, and now we'll disable the data view, so this will be the red only state. So we'll take that, that's all we need to do for that. Double view red only, and then finally we'll disable both of them. Let's go back up to here. So let's just make sure they're lined up, because I hit Ctrl Z a bunch there, so I might have misaligned it. There we go. So now we're going to save this file, save as, PNG, and double view all off. So now what I'm going to do is drag and drop those into Unity. So we should have okay. Where's my Unity editor? Try that again. Okay. So I need to drag each of these in. So This is double view orange only. Drag. Oh, yeah. What I have to do is UI raw image. So that's all on. Let's have all off. Raw image. Orange only and then red only. Okay, so let's start with red only. We'll choose the texture. In this case, it's double view red only. That was a good guess. Then we need to scale it like that. So now you can see you've got the red only view. Now I'm just going to disable this so we can see that we're making the correct changes. Orange only, same thing. Double vision, or double view, orange only, and scale again. There we go, we've just got the orange one there. I'll disable that. All off. All off, there we go. Scale that, and we'll disable that as well. So it'll start in the all on state, then it'll iterate between those. So what I need to do is just update my, I've got a script which does this, so this was the real-time Flash script. So essentially do it, copy this and then have it as, what's it called? Data view. Let's just add that in front of all of those. Let's keep the capitalization convention going. I'll just prefix it with DV. DV, orange only. Okay. So again, when I'm copying and pasting code, that's a sign that I need to refactor the code and have it work slightly differently. I should be able to reuse this logic, but that'll take longer, and I want to demo the software as much as I can. So what I can do is I can reuse this and then just set the true and false accordingly. So this one, it's red only, which is true, and that one's false. This one, it's orange only, which is true, and the rest are false. So what it's doing is every quarter of a second, it's figuring out which state am I in with the mixture of red on and orange on and red off and orange off, and depending on where it is in the sequence, it'll change it accordingly. So we'll hopefully see it spring into life with this. So now if I go to here, the scripts will update. Now I'll just need to set the references. There you go. So where's the real-time Flash script? Here it is. So data views all off. Would have helped if I prefixed them. 1 second, just so I don't have to play the guessing game. There we go. That'll make things a bit easier to find. Data view all off. Here we go. Data view all on. Yep. Data view red only. Data view orange only. So if this works, next what I'm going to try and do is introduce a button. So when you click on 3D render, it shows you the 3D render screen, and when you click the data view screen, it gives you the data view screen. Yeah, so hopefully this works. Nope, I've done something wrong. Whoa. Something's going wrong here with the cameras. I think it's... One second, I'm curious about something. Ah, okay. Well, that shouldn't be an issue. Right, let's just disable that. Disable that. So, what I'm thinking is that you're getting like this, the text kind of overwriting itself. You can see, and things not updating correctly. And that happens if you don't have a camera view behind the text. Please don't say I exported these. No, I exported them all. Images are all correct. Double view, let's just double check the file. Yeah, no. Maybe these all need to be enabled to start off with. See what state are they on here? Well, let's just see what I'm supposed to start with them all enabled. This is weird. Are scripts giving me any warnings or errors? No. Let me look at the script. What have I done in the script? Got the raw image. So let's see, we increase the timers, then we toggle between them, update cycle times, update output times, that's fine. So we should have true, false, 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 true, false, 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 true, false, 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 true, false, false, true, false, 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 true, false, false. Yeah. So I don't see the issue here. The only thing I can think of is maybe the layers that they're on. Which order do I have them on? I have it in the order red only. Both off. Orange only, then all. Okay. See if this makes a difference. Aha, that was subtle. Data views doesn't seem to be changing though. So that's blinking correctly, but that one's not. Let me just check I set the references correctly. Oh, orange only. Yeah, I don't see the issue. Unless I updated something incorrectly in the... So we've got 4 double views. 1, 2, 3... Got these 4. So these are the 4 states. So this is orange only, and you can see it's just the orange button. All off, yeah. Red only. And all on. Let's check I've got the correct images set. So red only. Let's just disable all of them. I'll enable them one at a time. This one, all of them are on. Yep. Orange only. Yep. All off. Yep. And then red only. No, that's all there. It's all there. Something weird's going on. What happens if I maximize the window? Let's see if that makes any difference. It shouldn't. Yeah, so the real-time button's blinking away. I can put the sound on as well. Oh, that's quite loud. So what's the issue? What's the issue? Look, it's not blinking like it should be either. It's doing like this weird sort of double blink. I'm thinking maybe because it's trying to access references which aren't there, possibly. So what I could do is say if I need to get the canvas as well. I need a reference to the canvas. So let's say public canvas, and this will be the render view. And then here I've got like canvas, what's this called? Data view. So there's a function called active in hierarchy. Words to that effect. Yeah, just game object.active in hierarchy. Okay. What we can do is separate this out. So if render view dot is active and enabled, I'll assume that's what I'm wanting. That for now, let's say else, but that should really be an else if. Don't like having that space between the if and the else. All right. The fact I've got this repetitive code everywhere, at some point I'll do a refactor and make this all elegant. Okay, and last one. So hopefully this fixes it, because I can't think of what else it could be. I'll probably wake up tomorrow morning and figure it out in like 2 minutes. Alright, that script should recompile. And now absolutely nothing's happening. Unassigned reference exception. Oh yes, I forgot to actually set the references to the different canvases. So this needs a reference to the data view canvas, and this needs a reference to the render view. Could this be it? No, there's something weird going on and I can't figure out what it is. Does it affect both views? So let's just disable this one. Oh, I might just need to check enabled. Oh, that's what I needed to do. Okay, I've got one more thing I can try if this doesn't work. But does it affect this screen? That's a question. Oh, so this one's updating absolutely fine. So there's some. What I need to do is change each of those if-else statements. If render view dot, it should just be dot enabled. There we go. Let the script recompile. Hope we got it right this time. Now nothing's happening. Well, the canvas is definitely disabled. Is it because I didn't save it? No blinking at all. Okay, I think we may have to do some debugging. Nothing like some live debugging. Does it again? Does it affect this view? No, this one's working fine. So it's something unique to this. Let's just think through the logic here. The red timer and the orange timer increase. So they increase by the change in the time. Red on toggles, orange on toggles between on and off. So let's set a breakpoint. Let's say here, debug, attach Unity debugger. This. So do I need to run it here? Still loading some modules. Okay. If orange timer is good. Else if render view dot enabled, it's not. Oh, why is it saying it's enabled? Okay, well that's part of our problem. Let's have a look. Is it possible to look in the Unity window to see what's enabled? Ah, you can't look at it while you're debugging. So I need to use something else then to check whether the canvas is enabled or not. Say, where's the debug view? This. Render view. Pixel perfect false? I don't know, I'd like my code to be pixel perfect. So I'm trying to figure out if anything in here shows you whether it's enabled or not. So there's the issue. For fun, I can generate a different shape tornado. Generate a bunch of different shapes. Right. Let me just Google this. Unity. Check if canvas is active. I'll leave that cool visualization up there. Use active self. Okay, let's try that then. Dot. That's not an option. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything in here we can use. Is it the game object we need to check? View dot game object dot active in hierarchy. That could be it. Okay, let's see if we've had any luck here. Really wasn't expecting this to take this amount of time. The problem is I've got code which does very similar things but operates on different parts of the interface. It's causing some issues. So now I need to figure out, okay, why am I getting this double blink? Seems I either get that double blink or nothing. So let's debug again. So we'll go debug, attach Unity debugger. Boom. Don't mind me, I'm just eating some chocolate. Ah, Yes, because I've been checking if the canvas is enabled, which it is. It's whether it's active. Okay, this might work actually. Oh wait, well, we know it's updating something, but the real-time button's blinking twice. Orange timer. Else. Game object, activate hierarchy. So this one, it's turning everything, all the buttons are on. Okay, now we're just going to continue until we hit that breakpoint again. So let's add some things to the watch. So we want to see red on, orange on. So they're both on. Let's continue again. What? We want to also look at red timer and orange timer. Okay, we'll continue. Okay, up to 0.7. Okay, so since orange timer is greater than 1, orange timer will get reset, and orange on will switch from true to false. So now it should be all off. Yep. So all off enabled is true, all on enabled is false, and all the others are false. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So all off enabled is true. Yet, I guess I've got no way of. I need to have a look at the hierarchy in the game. It doesn't appear to be. How much if I hit continue? So I've got all off enabled. For some reason that data views button isn't changing. I've accidentally named two things the same thing. DV all off, DV all on, DV red only, DV orange only. Oh, they're all named, they're all unique. So red's on and orange is off. So does that update anything? We should be in the state where it's just the red button. Nothing. Let's watch it update as I hit. So continue. So it should be just red and not orange. The red timer, interestingly, never seems to increment. But it obviously is because. Right, let me try something. Right. Let's disable all those. Red only. Yeah, that's definitely correct. All off. Yep. Orange only. Yep. and then all on. Yes, so I really don't see what the issue should be here, because it's working fine in the other view. Just check the other view again. Just render it over the top of that. Yeah, see, no problems. But this refusing to update here. Is there any difference in the canvases that I haven't seen? No difference in the canvases between that one and this one. Difference in the name of the difference in the name of the texture, but that looks about it. So what I'm going to do is take off the maximize on play, disable that, so we should see these. So the row image, you can see they're toggling on and off. Red only one. What about both up again? That's toggling. Both on. You can see that again. Toggling and okay, I think that was all four. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's see where the issue is. I think nothing's happening. So all off is toggling fine. And all on is toggling fine. So all on and all off for some reason. So do that. You see, they just kind of do their own thing. DV all on, DV all. So the only valid states here are the all on states and the all off states. The only thing I'm thinking is if the frame rate's getting so low, that could be it. The frame rate's getting so low that it's missing some states between the quarter of a second and 0.1 second. Let's see if this fixes anything. But this isn't going to look great, but I guess I can test that hypothesis. I get the frame rate up. Let's see stats. What's my frame rate? 60 frames per second. So that's not the issue. Oh, this is confusing. So these two are just... So it's all off or all on. Let's have a look at the code then again. If that... So the only states which are getting called are either that or that. So why is this not recognizing, for example, the state where red's on and orange is off? So I can apply the same logic here. Is it having to do too much work in the so we'll do that if it's in the render view. Otherwise we'll do this. Is that the issue? I'm probably going to rewatch this stream and be shouting at myself for missing something really obvious. There's a raw image, right, that I'm using, not an image. Let me just double check that. No, raw image. Right, I think we're going to need some help of the console here. So what I'm going to do is every update cycle, I'm going to say debug.log. Then it's going to be red plus red on to string plus a few spaces. Really hoping for this to be a bit more interesting than me trying to figure out these small fiddly errors in the code. Everything's been running smoothly right up until I started the stream. So we're going to do some debug.log to figure out what's going on here. Okay, let's pause. So let's look through this log. So true, true, false, true, true, true. Okay, let's try something else. Let's take this out because it looks like it's alternating between the states, but not cleanly. Let's comment. What's the shortcut key to comment? I forgot what the shortcut key is to comment it out. Look it up again. Visual Studio Control KC and then Control KU. Okay. Well, that was predictable. I'm just going to ignore I'm not going to do any logic trying to figure out which view I'm in. Literally just going to comment this all out. Because then if this fixes it, it means it's something to do with the way I'm checking which view is active. Yeah, let's isolate the thing that isn't working correctly, and then I'll hopefully be able to make some progress. Then I can make a button to switch between the two views, and then I think I'll have to call it a night because it's 20 to midnight now. Let's have a look at these. Got row image. True, false, false, false. So all off, red only, orange only. Okay, let's see which of these states are being called. So, state 1, state 2, state 3, and state 4. Right. So I can look through the debug log, and if it's all in through all the states, then we know it's something else that's the problem. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. Okay, let me try something. Only other thing I can think it could possibly be does it need a canvas behind it? No. I don't have two instances of the same script running, do I? Got real-time flash script here. I haven't added this anywhere else, have I? No, it seems like it's the only place where it is. What's the problem? This is really annoying. Any difference between that and that? Other than being enabled? No. Double view red only. Double view all off. Double view orange only. Double view all on. Yes, I'm just looking at this preview window on the bottom right. Really can't figure out what the issue is here. It's going through the different states. Right, what I'm going to do, let's disable the real-time flash script and let's try and do it manually. See if it's some issue with the game running. Okay. So what we're going to do is disable these three. No, that's fine. All off, that's fine. Orange only. And all on. So yeah, the script's not throwing any warnings or anything like that. Alright, let's go even further. We're going to comment this out. Going to comment that out. Okay, I'll have a section of code which needs commented out here. Okay, so let's set it to only use this canvas. And if this fixes it, it's something to do with the way I'm trying to use the same script on two different canvases. Actually, nothing's happening. Oh, I disabled the script. Right. Data view all off. Oh, wait a second. This should be data view red only. This should be data view orange only. Hey! Have I set... Did I choose the wrong references? Is that what this whole issue's been? Right. I guess I can go back, undo that, undo that, undo that, undo that. Go back and undo all this debug. I've set the wrong... Is it just I've set the wrong references in here? So it was enabling stuff up here. Okay, that makes sense. Wrong references. Sorry I had to bring you along for that really boring ride. Yep, I chose the wrong things. Okay. Which one's this meant to be? Red only, DV red only, and DV orange only. There we go, and then all off should be both off, all on should be both on, red only should be red only, and orange only should be orange only. There we go. I don't even want to know how much time I've wasted on that. Nothing's happening because I probably forgot to enable the script again. Yeah, forgot to enable the script. Here we go again. I'll need to reset the data cycles and set run box. Render view real-time flash has not been assigned. Okay, I need to assign the data view, data cycles, data view set run, and render view 3D render. Okay, so next we'll have to do something I've never actually done before in Unity, which is to create a click spot. So when you click here or here, it alternates between them. So that's what you do. So this should be blinking every quarter of a second, and this should be blinking every second with the two views. I can set the number of sensors back to the normal amount now, which I think was 900. Oh no, it wasn't that I changed. I changed the frequency which I had set. We set to 0.02 seconds. Save a few frames there. A few frames per second, I think. There we go. Alright, next onto the button then. So UI, scroll bar should be button. Okay, and what I want to do here, I'll call it switch to render view. So we're going to drag this up to here. And you don't want... Well, let's just get it working and then I can make the button invisible. Switch to render view. On click. Okay, it looks like you can add a script here. So let's create a new script. So I'll just call this view switcher. View switcher. Alright. So what we need is a reference to these. So we'll say public canvas. Say render view. Public canvas data view. Okay. So we don't want to call update or start. What we want to have is, it may need to be static. Public. Does it have to be static? I should say public. Public switch to render view. Then literally just need to say data view dot enabled equals false. Render view dot enabled equals true. And got to actually set a type for this, which should be void, because it doesn't return anything, it just does something. Switch to render view button. On click, let's add a method. Runtime only. View switcher. And we want to call runtime only. So I need to create an on. Does it need to be in an on click method? Do I need to annotate it? Let's say unity on. Let's see. Create UI buttons. I'll pull this tutorial up quickly. Let's see what we need to do. So we've created the button. Package manager, blah blah blah. What I want to do is see how do you, I don't care about this, the colors and the font. Unity button C# on click. Does it need to be public void or does it just need to be void? Let's see. If I change that to void, can I add it to the button? Abstract string name. Method to button on click. This is empty. Drag the t. No, I'm not ready to become a Unity expert. If I've demonstrated anything tonight, it's that I'm definitely not a Unity expert. Text. Runtime only. Calling custom code, that's what I want to know. Add listener, change image color. Did nothing. Unclick on button from code. Let's have a look. Maybe right, what I'm gonna do, remove that. I'm gonna add the view switcher to the plane. So the render view, there we go, and the data view is a way to reference that from the button. View switcher. I don't know what this is. It's a Unity onClick string.name. That's the problem I've got. Select the game object that button scene select is attached to. Select the game object. Okay, so does that mean instead of that, it needs to be, what's it called? The plane. In the scene, I have a plane function, view switcher. I might need to make that function public again. Public void switch to render view. Well, that was a little bit counterintuitive, if I'm honest. View switcher. Switch to render view. Okay, let's see if this works and we'll test it out. Oh, there's more which needs to happen though. There's cameras which need to be enabled and disabled. Don't know what happened there. Render view, data view. That's not the only thing which needs to happen. So data view dot enable dot game object dot enable. Let's see, is this actually referencing the canvas or not? No, it needs to be the game object. Right, data view dot game object dot set active true. No, sorry, false. Render view dot game object dot set active true. Okay, that should hopefully work, and then I'll need to fix the cameras because I'll need to enable the cube. I'll need to have to enable the and disable different cameras. But let's just see if I can switch the canvas based on that. Okay, so what I need to do now is change the cameras because these need to be updated. So we need references to the camera as well. So we're going to have to add a public camera render view, public camera side view, public camera top view. Oh wait, I've called the same thing. Let's call it render view cam. Okay. Render view cam dot enabled equals true. Side view dot enabled equals false. Top view dot enabled equals false. Right. Then we'll also need that cube, which is public game object cube. Cube dot set active true. Okay, we compile the script. I'll set the references. Set the references. Where is it? Here we go. So the render view camera is the main camera. Side view is side view. Top view is top view. Cube references the cube. Let's see what happens now. No cameras rendering. I didn't do something stupid with the references again, have I? Main camera. Oh, so I need to do game object dot enabled. Set active true. Okay. Right, that's that view, and hey, worked. So now what we need to do is make this button invisible because we don't really need any text. Source image, let's say none. Interactable, yes. Target graphic. Don't want any graphic on there. Doesn't need an image. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now can I just click that spot and have it do the same thing? Yay, okay. Now I need to do the same thing here, so 3D render buttons flash, and so when I just click data views, the same thing. So now we're going to disable this and enable that. So UI button. Again, we'll drag this over here. There, and drag the anchor point to the top left. Okay. So now we need to make a new method called public void switch to data view. So what we need to do here, we'll need to touch all the same objects but in reverse. So the data view is going to be active, the render view is going to be false, render view camera is going to be disabled, and then these two cameras are going to get enabled. And then that cube. One thing with that cube is I think I might actually do some things in Photoshop for that. Anyway. Switch to data view. Right. Here's the button. And it doesn't need a button. Doesn't need an image. Doesn't need text either. I guess I can delete the text from this one as well. Add that. The object in the scene is the plane. Function is view switcher. Switch to data view. Right, so we'll start off in the 3D render view. These aren't counting up. But other than that, if I go to data views, because I'm starting off in the wrong state, so enable that, disable those, and enable that. Data cycles, no, that should be data cycles. Set run should be set run. Okay. Let's start off in the correct mode. Yes, now if I hit data views, nothing's happening. Does it have to have text in it? View switcher dot switch to data view. Does it have to have text? Maybe it's one of those things. Shouldn't have deleted the text UI text. There we go. Oh, okay. It has to have text in it. Another quirk of Unity. I'm guessing this isn't going to take me back to 3D render because I took text out of there. So UI text. Take text out of there because it doesn't matter. So we should be able to switch freely between these views now. Let's do it full screen as well. Or at least not full screen, but you see what I mean. So this is a 3D render. Data cycles is a 320, this is a 2354. And a different set of things becomes active. And then I can go back to the 3D render view. Okay, nice, I'm happy with that. These are 3D renders blinking, and then go to data views. Data views is blinking. Switch between them, both of them. I think that's good for an evening's work. Got two of the main screens working. other things I want to introduce. I could make it when you click the filter, it alternates only showing the blue spheres, only showing the red spheres, and both. This will tell you the F5 probability, 82%. I can link exit with actually just closing the program. One of these, I guess, could become a hidden button for the menu for the settings. So this is, for a first release, this is almost ready, because now all I need to do is the telemetry screen, so that'll mainly just be using Photoshop to create the 4 columns that you see. So I'll take this template and split each of these into 2 smaller boxes, and that's easy because there's not another 3D stuff. It's literally just columns of numbers scrolling down, randomly generated. But I'm really happy with that. 3D render and data views and then telemetry. Then I guess I can just invent functions for position, vectors, and readings. As at the end of the movie, Haynes says we're already getting readings, so I'm going to infer from that I had to click readings, and then it shows some sort of prediction of the path the tornado is going to take. So I could occasionally set random readings to show up, such as tornadoes about to rope out, tornadoes about to shift track, tornadoes about to intensify or weaken, and have them occasionally show up. So when you click on readings and go to the readings screen, you'll see these random notes, and I'll make it in the style of this. Vectors and position, I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure what these are reference to. Function and parameters, data cycles, set, run, incoming load. Who knows? I have contacted the person who oversaw the visual effects design of the computer graphics. Hopefully he'll return my messages, and maybe we can figure out what the reasoning was behind the design of the interface. That'd be interesting, and we can share that on the on the behind the scenes group. I think I'm going to call it a night for the work I've done so far. I hope you've enjoyed watching, just to see kind of how software is developed. I don't expect to sit and watch every minute of this, but if you have a click through, you can see the process of finding a problem, trying to come up with a solution, and trying until it works. That's essentially 90% of software engineering. So I hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to sign off now.